Last week marked the beginning of War of the Spark pre-orders, and they've already broken into the top-selling cards, even managing to take over last week's number 1 slot. So without further delay, let's dive in. Number 10, Thought Lash from Alliances. Thought Lash is on Magic's reserved list, meaning Wizards of the Coast has officially vowed to never print it, or a functional reprint of it, ever again. Reserved list cards pop up every once in a while when people see a potential synergy. The scarcity of these cards creates more potential for huge price spikes if that card performs well. The newest card that synergizes with Thought Lash was revealed last week, Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. This is a cool combo since Thought Lash can actually hold off aggressive decks until you get your Jace in play. Then you can exile your library and win the game with Jace's static ability the next time you draw a card. Conveniently, Jace's +1 ability does just that. Number 9, Gutterbones from Ravnica Allegiance. Gutterbones is a 1-mana skeleton that can bring itself back from the graveyard. This card gets buffs from our number 4 card last episode, Death Baron, so even without being a zombie itself, it may end up in some zombie decks. It is currently seeing play in budget decks including Aristocrats and Skeletons, which Strictly Better MTG did a deck tech of last month. In addition to fitting into those decks, Gutterbones' cheap mana cost and activated ability perfectly fit in Rakdos, but we'll talk more on Rakdos in just a minute. Number 8, Knowledge Pool from Mirrodin Besieged. Knowledge Pool has long been a commander staple, fitting well in both Chaos and Prison decks, and that may be what's pushing it into the number 8 slot. A less likely, but more fun reason could be the newly spoiled Karn. As a 4-mana spell, Karn can search for your Knowledge Pool, letting you cast it turn 5. Any artifacts your opponents have with activated abilities can't be activated due to Karn's static ability, making your spells less helpful for your opponents, while you gain access to your opponent's spells. In addition, Karn can pull any of your artifacts out of the pool with his -2, keeping the good stuff for yourself. Like I said, it's not likely the reason, but I'm hoping somebody out there can come up with a fun artifact deck with this Karn, because 4-mana Karn is awesome. Number 7, Mirage Mayor from Hour of Devastation. Here is another powerful commander card. With just a 2-mana activation cost, this artifact can become a bomb like Ulamog, a powerful enchantment like Leyline of Anticipation, or a utility artifact like Sensei's Divining Top. On top of all that, it can become a land, giving you access to mana or abilities your opponents have. This card's versatility, combined with being colorless, makes it useful in almost any strategy. Besides this, I haven't found any specific trigger to cause Mirage Mayor to jump to number 7, but if you have, be sure to let me know in the comments. Number 6, Judith, the Scourge Diva, from Ravnica Allegiance. Rakdos had some powerful cards spoiled recently. Dreadhorde Butcher and Widespread Brutality are my favorites. Dreadhorde Butcher is basically a new, more powerful Slith Firewalker. It's slightly harder to cast on curve, but with a nice explosive ability tacked on to make up for it. Judith's buff makes Dreadhorde hit even harder, both with his attacks and his death trigger. With Judith in play, Widespread Brutality is also buffed by 1 damage to each of your opponent's creatures. I think War of the Spark's additions to Rakdos' toolbox may be what's pushing Judith into the number 6 slot. Number 5, Emergent Zone from War of the Spark. This card is an instant commander staple. Sacrifice this and pay 1 to give all your spells flash until end of turn. It's close, but I think this is arguably a better version of Alchemist Refuge. I may get some heat for that statement, but let's compare the two for a minute. There are 57 total commanders you can play Alchemist Refuge in. There are nearly 800 commanders you can play Emergent Zone in. So for diversity of decks, Emergent Zone wins outright. Alchemist Refuge costs blue, green, and tap to activate, while Emergent Zone costs 1 colorless while sacrificing itself. I'd say that's a wash, because dedicating 2 specific colored mana restricts your casting ability, while sacrificing Emergent Zone restricts its number of uses. They both tap for 1 colorless, so they have equal utility as mana sources. While I think Emergent Zone wins by a sliver here, it all comes down to the colors you're playing and what you plan on using it for. As an enabler for an infinite combo, or a game-winning combat trick, you won't need to reuse Emergent Zone, so that's probably the way to go. As an option for just getting creatures out on your opponent's turn, Alchemist Refuge clearly has more utility. I'd be interested in hearing what you blue-green commander players think. Will you be swapping out Alchemist Refuge for Emergent Zone? Or maybe you'll play both. Number 4, Smothering Tithe from Ravnica Allegiance. Smothering Tithe is back in the top 10 for a second week. After reading your comments suggesting that a video by the Command Zone caused the jump, I decided to check it out. I was not disappointed. Josh pulled off a brutal combo, casting Wheel of Fortune and forcing everyone to discard their hands and draw 7 new cards. That's 21 triggers on Smothering Tithe. With a fresh grip of cards and 21 more mana available, Josh was able to pull way ahead. That turn was the perfect demonstration of just how powerful this card is in a multiplayer format. With its rise in popularity comes the inevitable rising price tag. Over the past 2 weeks, Smothering Tithe has spiked from $4 to $12, and it doesn't look like it's done there. Some sellers currently have these listed at $14 in preparation for the supply drying up. If you can grab these on the cheap, it might not be a bad idea. Number 3. Yawgmoth's Vile Offering from Dominaria. As we've seen recently, Planeswalker removal is a popular buy, but here we have something a little different. Not only does this 5-mana sorcery destroy a Planeswalker or creature, it can also bring one back from a graveyard. Not just your graveyard, any graveyard. This is my kind of control card. Sometimes the grass is greener on the other side. Why water your lawn when you can just take theirs? Number 2. Liza Tap Plating from War of the Spark. This card is one I've been excited for. In many cases, this will be a negate that gives you a 1/1 token with some added protection for the rest of the turn. In Commander, this would be a great option to throw under an Isochron Scepter. Repeatable protection while growing a bigger and bigger army. Number 1. Ferry, Time Raveler from War of the Spark. Teferi's abilities are incredibly powerful in and against control. I've got to be honest, I'm really looking forward to seeing a control mirror when both players have Teferi on the battlefield. The 2 Teferis lock each player out of casting spells at instant speed, which also effectively negates Teferi's +1 ability. And that's it for last week's Top 10. Pre-orders are in full swing, and I expect to be seeing more pre-orders in the next week's episode. I finally got my account up and running so I can like and reply back to you, so don't forget to comment with your own insights and theories. Then like and subscribe to keep up with future Top 10s.